Before this episode start, I just wanted to say thank you everyone who's listening to this, and I just also want to say during these hard times it can be very difficult for all of us mentally and physically. So I just want to say stay safe and just take care of yourself because you are very important. So thank you and enjoy the episode. Hello everyone. New episode of Film Diary podcast is here, and I'm Shah, and here with me again is my friend Hans.
Hello, my name is Hans.
Once again, we have a lot of technical difficulties. It is raining outside right now. It is 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and we've been trying to record this goddamn episode for about 3 hours,
Yeah,
and it is driving me
first
crazy.
with the mic and then more
The microphone,
connection.
yeah, the
Oh my,
connection. I can't even hear him right now. He sounds like a robot.
seriously?
Yeah, I can't hear him at all. He could be talking shit about me. I wouldn't even know.
Oh man, racist stuff about Asian people.
All right. So, it is the 22nd of May, 2020. Um, how are we doing, Hans? How are you holding up?
I don't know actually. You know, it's been pretty hard differentiating the days. It's not even a joke. Sometimes it's not that hard, but some when it's Friday, I always thought it's Thursday, and when it's
Yeah.
Thursday, I always thought it's
When it
Wednesday.
was when it was Thursday last week, I thought it was Tuesday, and it genuinely frightened me because I was doing, as you know, I'm a freelance, and I was doing my work, and I thought, oh, I still have like more than a week to deliver it, and I just realized it's Thursday, and it genuinely frightened me. I was genuinely scared because I don't even know how time works anymore. It's very very surreal.
Yeah, it's also I don't got much to do. I kind of feel like a bum.
Yeah, you're in college and you finished all of your assignment, right? That's why you have all the free time.
Yeah, all the free
Good job,
time.
good job,
Yeah,
man. Give yourself a pat on the back. All of the assignments and all that. A lot of people can't do that, so props to you, man. That's an achievement right there.
yay.
All right, so um, the virus thing is still happening. I'm getting sick of talking about it, but it is what it is, and the quarantine
It
is
is what
still.
it is.
It is what it is. The quarantine is still a thing, but the movement control order is not as strict as before, so we can go out with
Yeah,
more than four people.
Malaysia is getting more traction in the world because of our good quarantine control. White
Yeah,
people are starting to talk about it.
yeah. I'm very grateful. Not. I mean, obviously every government is not perfect and every country has their own problems, but I'm very very grateful that the health department of this country is taking this very very seriously, and everyone that work on the health department, they're doing a fantastic job, and I think what they've been doing, I think once all of this are done, they should just take a long break, man. Seriously, it's pretty insane what they've been doing.
Yeah,
So, have you been watching movies or doing anything other than just sleeping and
dude, I've been
contemplating
watching a lot of movies, man. Just it's the only thing that I can do actually. I've been catching up on some, modern
classics?
horror and some classics.
Ah,
I watched Independence Day last night. Go go America, man.
nice.
Go go America.
Wait, hold on. Was it your first viewing?
Yeah, first ever.
Damn, awesome.
Yeah,
It's a very
yeah.
Will Will Smith Will Smith.
Oh man, Will Smith.
Okay, so before we started this episode, I clarified Hans that I wanted to take this episode more seriously and want to be more professional, but we just can't do it. We're just
Okay,
goofing around.
Yeah, okay. I try to be more professional. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Maybe in episode 4 we can be more professional. What episode is this? Is this episode 3 or 4?
Three.
Oh, 3. Okay. Wow. All right. So this episode I've been the topic for this episode is something I've been wanting to do ever since I thought about making this as a series, and it is talking about one of the best movie directors of the generation, and he's probably my favorite right now. I'm not sure who's my favorite, but he's definitely up there. It is my boy, Damien Chazelle. Give it up for the boy. Clap it up, Hans.
Who do's who dream, crazy as it may seem. Okay, Damien Chazelle. Goddamn. Okay.
Nice. Okay, so Damien Chazelle, he was born on, I don't know his birthday. I'm not his parents. Okay, so Damien Chazelle is a director of such film as Whiplash, La La Land, First Man, and soon to be uh, released Babylon. Oh my god, I just realized I didn't put Babylon in the description for this episode, for the topic. Wow. Okay.
That's
So,
blasphemous.
the first film in his filmography, Whiplash. Uh, I think both of us know that Whiplash is my favorite movie of all time, and it's definitely one of your favorite as well.
Yeah, man.
And um, I have so many fond memories of watching it for the first time because it is such a simple experience, but it is it is an experience that I will never forget. Before I ramble on about Chazelle, because I have so many things to talk about him, uh, why don't we go to you, Hans? What do you think about Whiplash?
I, I loved it, man. It's really my first introduction to really good cinema. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's my first like really in-depth introduction to the Academy Awards and stuff because it got snubbed and something like that, and it makes me interested in Oscars and uh, just the overall the culture around cinema. It's well, the first
Yeah,
time I watched it was fucking great. I watched it on FX HD.
yeah, same,
And
same. Effects.
yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, my first time is also watching it on FX. I was 14 in 2015. I remember back when I had television and with all the channels and whatnot. I watched TV a lot, and both of us can relate to that because that's how basically we found our passion in movies and
Yeah.
watching. I remember clicking effects and I was bored out of my mind. It's probably like afternoon after school or whatever, and just I saw Whiplash in the channel, and I've heard about it before from movie critics and reviewers. I remember Chris Tuckman like really loving it, and he was pumped that Damien Chazelle got nominated and all of that. And I remember this the main reason that I wanted to watch it is because J.K. Simmons, because I remember his speech at the Oscars, and J.K. Simmons is one of the best actors ever, and obviously most of us in this generation know him as goddamn J. Jonah Jameson from the Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man,
Yeah, he's back
and
now in the new one.
fuck yes, yes. God, I'm so excited. And
Yeah.
he's also, fun fact, he's also the yellow Eminem. And yeah, so basically, J.K. Simmons, the goddamn legend himself, is the main reason I saw the movie, and I was extremely surprised just about everything the movie presented. And Miles Teller gave a fantastic performance. I remember him as that one. He always play a very one-dimensional character in like a rom-com or a drama
Divergent
movie or whatever,
series.
and he's a fantastic actor in that movie. And all of the tension in that movie. I think Whiplash. Like, if someone had to ask me, how would you describe the movie in one word? I would say anxiety. It is so anxious. It's such a stressful movie, and there's something so entertaining about it because it's not only like, yeah, it's funny because J.K. Simmons, like, he throws everything at this kid, and it's pretty fucked up to see this man get so angry. But the heart of the movie is about passion and how this young kid is so determined in proving to himself and to this abusive teacher that he is the person that he wants to be. And I find that to be extremely inspiring. And what Damien Chazelle did in the screenplay is just beautiful. And I think he did something. He should be. I- Obviously, I think he should be proud of that movie. I don't
Yeah.
know how to explain it, but
And
yeah,
just
I
to
think
think that his that the function of this movie was just to get funding for La La Land.
yeah.
That's one of the main
Oh my,
reasons he made it, actually.
you're right. Yeah, he made a short film before that. Whiplash, a
Yeah.
short film. Have you seen the short film?
The short film, no. And Guy and
It's
Madeline also no.
Oh yeah, Guy and Madeline. That's the only film in his filmography that I haven't seen, and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know how I'm gonna watch it. I think it's on like
On
some.
illegal.com, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, the short film is around 12 minutes, I think, and it has J.K. Simmons, and I think he
Oh,
made
really?
that
Wow,
around.
okay.
Yeah, that, and the guy that played young Neil from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
Kind
played
of,
the
yeah.
he played Miles Teller's character, Andrew Neiman.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very very good short, and for a short film, I can definitely see why and how people want to distribute it as a real feature film because it's very effective. It is short and simple and features some fantastic acting. And yeah, Damien Chazelle created a classic. He did something insane with that movie.
And he's so young, too.
Yeah, he was like 27, 28, probably younger than that.
Yeah, probably younger than me. He was 7.
He's probably at 7. He made
Yeah,
La La Land. He made La La Land when he was 9.
yeah. When First Man
Uh,
was actually in theaters, he was being born.
yeah, he ages backwards like Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Okay, I can talk about Whiplash for hours and hours, but there's
You
also
wanna
another.
hear a stupid reason why I watched Whiplash the first time? Because I
Sure.
legitimately thought that it was connected to the Iron Man 2 movie. Yeah, I was a real stupid kid back then.
I think I remember like watching one of the reviews. What's that, Whiplash? Isn't that a Marvel villain?
Yeah, Whiplash and
Yeah.
Nightcrawler.
Oh my! They came out in the same year too.
Yeah.
Nice, Marvel.
But
Damn, when I
so far, I think in all of uh, Chazelle's movies, Jackie Simmons gave up my favorite performance.
same. I agree. I think his performance is not the the main reason that performance is so special is because that character is the complete opposite of the actor. That actor is so wholesome. It's insane. It's just he's such a charming guy, and he played such a abusive monster in that movie.
Yeah.
Cause he invented acting, man.
He invented M&M's.
Hi, I'm Eminem. I love that role so much. That's probably his best role. Um, and another movie that I can talk about for hours and hours is La La Land. La 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 la. La La Land. What do you think about the movie, Hans?
My biggest regret in like cinematically is not going to see La La Land in a movie with you because I thought it was gay.
Yeah, I asked you to like, can we watch it together? But I think we were busy with school at that time too, like
Yeah.
around November, and we
And
were.
also we also get like really good prestigious movie in Malaysia really late.
Yeah.
Man.
Do you remember Lady Bird came out in 2018, like in March after the Oscars? I
What the
remember
hell?
wanting to see that. I was like, what the hell? March? Oscars is already over. It's already leaked online. What are you doing, Malaysia? But yeah, La La Land.
Yeah.
I remember in 2015 to 2016, before the movie came out, I was so excited for the movie. I was I pretty much just been waiting for the movie like those 2 years in high school because I was so excited because Whiplash just basically changed my whole perception of a whole new subgenre of cinema. And Damien Chazelle been I just waited for it, and then the casting announcement happened, and they cast Ryan Gosling, which is a good actor, and then they
Which
cast
is a good actor, really, really. This man.
and then he cast Emma Goddamn Stone, which is probably my favorite actress ever. And I was like, okay, okay. I said okay, but eternally I was fucking screaming because I was so excited. And the movie came out and we never saw it in theaters, and that's a bummer. But in 2017 I finally saw it on my own on my laptop, and needless to say, God, that movie. I hate that movie so much. It pains me.
I
It's
it I never really was a big fan before big fan of a musical before La La Land, but the songs were just so good. I always just like on the daily, just like not on the daily right now, but used to
yeah,
listen to
yeah.
the soundtrack every day,
I
man.
I still listen to the soundtrack every day on my Spotify. I will. Here's to the fools who dream. That song. I'm not even joking. I listen to it almost every day. Like that song is such a good writer's block song because every time I listen to that, I get so pumped up, and I can. I remember like there's this one time like a few months ago, I listened to that song and I wrote 30 pages on the same day.
Oh, nice.
And it's just I every like you said, you were not a big fan of musical, and I completely understand that. And I'm not a big fan of musical, but I like the genre because I respect every genre. But I don't trust anyone who doesn't like that genre and hates this movie, because this movie, the musical is not the biggest part of the movie, and the musical is basically just the icing on the cake. And what makes the musical so special is it gives life to the characters. And because music is only just part of Sebastian's life, and Emma Stone's character, she just wanted to be an actress, and I think that's the main reason that I love the movie so much, is because Whiplash was a basic, a basic template for a story about ambition, and La La Land basically uses that template but split it into two characters, and they both have similar passion but a very different approach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like
Because
idyllic version of it and just the
the
reality of
realistic,
it.
yeah, yeah, I think that's the most painfully accurate portrayal of that aspect of the story. And I absolutely adore, because Emma Stone's character, she's just she's been struggling. Basically her whole life she wants to follow this like pipe dream, like going to LA, like get a side job while auditioning. It's like that's the most cliche thing ever, but it's what keeps her motivated. And the Sebastian comes in. Sebastian, his ambition is nothing that impressive. He just wanted to be a musician, open a bar. That's it. He never wanted to be famous. He never wanted to be a star. He just wanted to open a bar with jazz in it. And that's a very humbling ambition. And these two characters, when they are together, they make a very amazing duo. And
Yeah,
every
man,
time
they've
I,
been on screen for like what, four, five, four, three times now.
yeah,
They
they
just got a real
have such a,
chemistry.
yeah, they got a real friendship there with every movie. And yeah, every time I watch this movie, I
You,
one of those movies where when you watch it the first time you feel a very strong emotion, but if you rewatch it you don't really have that same impact, because you've already seen it.
yeah, I get it.
That's definitely not this movie. Every time I watch it I feel the same exact emotion.
Same,
And
man. This is the one of the first movie that wow, that I realized that I can actually have an euphoric moment just with a
yeah,
movie. Movie is like a friend to me.
yeah, and it's oddly like the ending. I think everyone's listening to this has already seen it. And
Yeah, goddamn, you gotta see it, man. Cause the ending, oh god, just the end,
the
oh god, just see it.
the
When I
the
first saw
ending
the ending,
is,
it was kind of I don't want to say betrayal, but it just, why you gotta
It's
show me
something
all
like
of that, man?
basically the whole movie is about these two people who are the complete opposite of one another, but it's the thing that they needed the most. And you know the song "Someone in the Crowd."
Yeah,
That someone is both of them, Emma Stone to Ryan Gosling, Ryan Gosling to Emma Stone, and it's such a from a writing standpoint that is so brilliant. And you know you can go all pretentious and be like, oh, that's so simple, but that simple thing is what matters the most. The execution is important. And
and their relationship is a real catch 22. It just, they, when they got each other, they actually push each other really hard, really really hard, and they really love each other. But in the end, they can't really go that far when, if they stay together. They just,
remember the dinner scene when they started their first argument. That's probably one of the most heartbreaking thing ever, because you just fell in love with these two characters and you just wanted them to be happy, both of their passion and their personal life. You just wanted them to be together, but you know it happens, and it's sad.
yeah, it's tough choice.
And basically Ryan Gosling and Sebastian went on to the John Legend's little boy band thing. Basically, he he's not in poverty anymore. He gets money, but Emma Stone's character, she doesn't like that particular idea because it's not what he wanted.
Yeah,
But
she can feel like he doesn't really want to be there, but he's there because of her, because he
yeah,
thought she wanted to be.
it's such a good message about artistic integrity and corporate scumbags. Basically, like the differentiation between passion and art, and also just money and not doing it for the art. And I think it's a very beautiful thing. I think this is probably like a little a subtle a little message that Chazelle has went through in his life. He probably wrote a lot of shitty screenplays in his life, like the ones that he didn't want to or whatever. I think that happens to a lot of filmmaker.
Yeah, gotta start off somewhere.
Yeah, and the ending is they both got what they want, but at the same time they lost something, and that is very very sad. And I hate you, Damien Chazelle. God damn
Yeah,
it.
my sisters hated it when it was at the end. They just said
Generally hate it or hate it because it's good.
they hate it because why aren't they together? Yeah.
Okay, okay, that makes
I
sense.
just, to me it was just like, oh, okay, that's fucking perfect. Goddamn.
I think I watch it with my mom. It's probably my 10th viewing, probably 20. I don't know. I've watched it so many times. I remember watching it like I think my mom watched it like last year, and she didn't say anything. She just straight up just her face was so red, and she just moved on. I think she was pretty heartbroken with the ending. It's just it's such a effective ending. Okay, uh, I think that's all we can talk
Definitely
about La
one
La
of the
Land.
best endings in any movie ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I stand
it's
by that. Even though I
Emma
have a,
Stone. Emma Stone, you go girl. I can't wait for Babylon. Oh my god, I want to talk about Babylon after this. Okay, the next movie from Chazelle's filmography is something that is very overlooked by literally everyone in this goddamn planet because it is not as ambitious as La La Land or as grounded as Whiplash, but it is still as beautiful as ever to my heart, and it is First Man. Uh, uh, I want to talk about this movie so much, so I'll give it up to you first. What do you think about this movie?
well, I liked it, but it's because of the subject matter that I was genuinely disinterested while viewing it. And also, people are gonna hate me for this, but I watched it on my phone, so that's
Yeah,
a really
yeah,
drawback for me.
yeah, it happens. But I think we should rewatch it one day. Maybe I can download it and watch
Yeah,
it on your
definitely.
TV or whatever. You're definitely going to appreciate it even more. And is that
One
all you
of the
want to say?
most biggest, just one of the most confusing thing I have ever seen was the layout of the screenplay of the movie. Wow,
Yeah,
it's
I
very
read that
difficult to
screenplay.
read.
It it angers me because in my head I read it. I was like, I can never be this smart. This is insane. How can you even read this? How can you even write it? How can even someone format this script? It's very very insane. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say?
Uh, Nothing. I'll
Because
just add on to whatever you're gonna say next. Sorry.
I want to ramble about this movie so much.
Okay,
Okay.
just go on, man. I
First
got.
Man, I saw this in October. I think October of 2018. 2018 is probably like the best year for me personally in terms of film because that year, final year of high school, and we did a couple of short films. I watched so many movies in theaters that year. Overall, it's such a very it's a good character development for me that year, and First Man, it was I was very looking forward to it obviously because it's Damien Chazelle and I was extremely grateful that I can finally watch his movie at the cinema and going into that movie I of course with open eyes and like open minded and I just the whole experience it felt very long because it is a long movie and it has a very slow pacing and it's pretty much a biopic and not about the moon landing necessarily. It's more about Neil Armstrong as a person, and it's pretty much a character study, and not a space exploration movie. And
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. Is Neil Armstrong dead? I really don't know.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay. Go
I'm
on. I'm
pretty sure
sorry.
he's dead, man. He's dead. He's dead. If it's not dead, he's probably taken by aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I love just about
Rona got
everything
him.
about it. Uh, from obviously like the cinematography from a visual standpoint watching that on the big screen was goddamn hypnotizing. I remember I was so immersed. I think I got popcorn and I didn't even eat a single piece of popcorn because I was so immersed. And the coupled with the music, the composer Justin Hurwitz, who's a collaborator of Chazelle since Whiplash and La La Land, his score is so beautiful and so melancholic. And I, I think both of us can agree that we never cared about biopic before, and especially like this type of like astronauts, we never really cared about that sort of thing.
Yeah,
But
man. Cause biopics are really stuck in a
biopics,
formula that
yeah,
just takes their important life stories and just take it into parts. And I don't know. It's
and then every
one
time
of the most boring genres to me.
every time the movie ends it would show like the pictures of the real people and look at this, these are the people that you met in the movie, look at it, isn't that crazy, right? And First Man is definitely not like it at all, and I was genuinely happy when I finished the movie because I loved it because one of my biggest fears that I wouldn't be invested in it because I didn't like the material. Like, okay, Neil Armstrong, he's a true American icon, astronaut going to the moon, that's insane, but how can you execute it to make it interesting? Like we all know the moon landing. He's the first man to step on the moon. Okay, we know that, but how do you make it interesting? Well, he told that story so fucking personal. It's about it's about his daughter and it's basically a movie about loss and accepting something and it's about letting go of the past basically and that scene in the moon landing when he let go of the bracelet that from his late daughter is a part of himself that is gone basically once he step on the moon he's a whole new person and I find that extremely touching and it's pretty insane how a biopic with this very ambitious story can be extremely grounded and personal and yeah.
The cinematography in that was just amazing, man. The POV
And I
shot from the
yeah,
ejection sheet, and we gotta talk about the when they're on the moon and
yeah,
the screen just goes whoop.
from the music was very bombastic in that and then once they drop it's just dead silent and watching it in the cinema I remember uh, the aircon in the cinema was blazing so hard because it was dead silence, very insane.
Damn.
So
Was
yeah,
when you watched it in the cinema, were there a lot of people?
uh not at all, so basically I just had the entire cinema to myself basically.
Nice.
It was a very wild day. And then I think I saw Venom the couple weeks before that. So that's a good that's a good like a mouth cleanser. Like I saw Venom before that. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Amazing filmography. These three movies are masterpieces in my eyes, and they all have a special place in my heart. So, before Damien Chazelle started directing his own features, he wrote a movie. He wrote a bunch of movies, but one of which is Grand Piano, and I haven't
Bada
seen
bing,
it.
bada
But
boom. I watched it yesterday. Yeah, Grand Piano starring
yeah,
Elijah Wood and John Cusack. Yeah,
yeah,
which was
I haven't seen it. Han saw it, so I'm just gonna leave it to him. Go ahead, my
yeah.
boy.
Honestly, I don't know. There's much to say about it because it's it's a thriller about a grand pianist, a grand pianist who a couple years before this was disgraced because he flopped up on the big stage during a show, and now he's making his big comeback using the piano that his mentor gave to him, who's dead. And yeah, during the show, he found on the sheet music that he has to play every note perfectly, or not, he's gonna die. Someone's gonna shoot him, the sniper. John Cusack, baby. Yeah,
Yeah,
from
I think that's the only thing I know from the movie. So, yeah,
yeah,
I I'm gonna watch it one day. But yeah, the premise is very. Damien Chazelle has a very specific fetish. Like he likes to see musicians suffer, doesn't
he
he?
likes jazz.
Jazz, he like jazz. Yeah, grand
Yeah,
piano. Do you
yeah.
have anything else
From
to
a
say
writing
about it?
standpoint, it's really not. It's got a really amazing premise, and it just goes in a straight line. No plot twist. No, none.
He was probably super young
Yeah,
during
but
that.
it was really fun. You know, it wasn't one of those movies that he just got stuck on stage and just the movie was just Elijah Wood just playing the piano. No, it's not like that. He
I
got
mean,
stuff to do. Uh,
I
but
think I think we all love Elijah Wood as a person, but was he good in the movie? He's a fantastic actor.
oh yeah, he's almost never bad in any movie. I
Yeah,
just
he's
saw
a
his
goddamn legend.
new movie Come to Daddy too. His that movie
Oh, I
is
haven't seen that.
hilarious.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I need to check it out. I absolutely adore him as a person because ever since Lord of the Ring, his success, now he just produced a bunch of movies and he's a true artist. You know, he
yeah. He's
cares
just
about.
like,
The,
oh, this is weird. Let's do that. I think
yeah.
he's
Have you
seeking
seen
to make a good time by
Have you seen
making
that
other people a
photo?
good time.
Have you seen that photo of him on the scooter?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
wholesome.
what this picture of Elijah Wood with the scooter and Daniel Radcliffe on the
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
guns.
From Guns
Yeah,
Akimbo. Yeah.
yeah. He was good in Grand Piano. Yeah, but it was just really fun movie. Goes. Uh, Visually, it was kind of adventurous, crazy cinematography. Yeah, it was unexpectedly got some good directing visually. And John Cusack, he's barely in it, but he just just as the sniper, he talks to
Yeah,
Elijah Wood using the Bluetooth or whatever, and it's really scary in that role too.
awesome.
It's,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
just
check it
watch
out.
this movie if
Pro-
you're looking for a good time.
yeah, I think it's interesting to watch an older movie from a well-established director back when he wasn't a well-established director, and I really like. I always love doing that. You know, just watch something that person did before he became the person that he will be one day. It's an
Yeah.
interesting thing. So yeah,
I always thought that Stanley. Yeah, speaking of that, I always thought that Stanley Kubrick had like just 8 movies, starting with The Shining and whatever. But I saw he directed Lolita and other old movies. I was like, damn. And then watched. I saw some of his older filmography, and it doesn't got like good reviews or something like that. And yeah, it's shocked to me. I just thought that when he
yeah.
started off, it's just like all good.
I think like the one filmmaker that I think started out he as soon as he start his filmography he's already good is Sam Raimi because Evil Dead the first that first Evil Dead is a cult classic, obviously, but as a movie, it's generally really, really good. And yeah,
The man is an indie god. Damn.
man, it's an indie guy. Go see Doctor Strange 2 in theaters 2022. Let's go, baby. All right. Uh, Next up, Damien Chazelle produced a Netflix show recently that just came out. It is called The Eddy, and to no one's surprise, it is about a struggling jazz musician. Wow, I'm so shocked.
Oh, really, Jet? Oh, wow.
And it stars the absolute legend himself, Andre Holland, who I think we all know him from Moonlight, which is a fantastic movie, and he's also in Castle Rock, which I haven't seen yet.
Oh,
But
that guy. Oh, yeah.
yeah, he's. I watched the first episode of the Eddie. I know you haven't seen it yet, and I just
No.
wanted to make this discussion very very short because I've only seen the first episode. It is a very good episode. It is a strong premiere for a show, and I think it is a very different directing style for Chazelle. Actually, a lot of one take and what do you call it? Handheld camera movement. Very
Oh,
different departure. Because basically, it's a good premiere. Andre Holland is fantastic, and it's basically a show about this guy who has his own jazz club, and something happened. It's about it has some crime drama in the mix, and I won't spoil anything yet, but the episode ends with a very interesting what do you call it, a genre change. It's once it ends, it set the tone for for the entire show, and I can't wait to finish it. I think Chazelle only directed the first two episodes, so I'm very interested to see how the rest of the show differs from his style and whatnot. So yeah, a very good first episode.
was it? It's Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Oh, man, they're grabbing everybody now, huh? Scorsese, Michael Bay, Chazelle. Ugh. Someday we're gonna live under Netflix house. All right.
All
Okay.
right, so let's move on to the Q&A section of the podcast. We got a bunch of questions from some people, and the first question is a very interesting one that I really want to answer. What will you change about the theater experience? Do you think the streaming industry will eventually take over the theater industry? Uh, what would I change about the theater industry experience? Sorry. Um, I think personally, if I could make a movie theater of my own, like how to enhance the experience, probably like I don't know, uh, less commercial, more movie trailers because like 20 minutes of like before the movie start, like 10-15 minutes of those are commercial, and I don't like that. I would prefer to just watch movie trailers.
Yeah. If I were,
You know, goddamn,
well,
this just makes me miss the movie theaters, man. God
yeah.
damn it.
What I would change is I would make every movie 3D. Just
You make every movie what?
Irishman 3D. Every movie.
Irishman 3D.
First Reform
Nice.
3D.
Yeah.
Gummo 3D. Yeah.
Uh. Okay. Commercial, less commercial, more movie trailers, and probably. What else? What would you change?
I
Like
actually
seriously.
don't. Seriously, I don't know, cause the way it is kind of okay to me. Cause just
You know what?
the
You
messed
know
up
what?
stuff we kind of fixed back then with the smoking and the. Do you know back in the
Yeah.
day there's a thing called the
Yeah.
crying room in the cinemas, where
You know.
where
You know what,
if you take
Hans?
a
You know
kid,
what, Hans?
yeah,
No matter how many complaints we have right now, you gotta admit we want the movie theater back. We miss it so much.
yeah,
It just I don't care if I have to wait an hour with movie trailers. I just want it to be in that dark room and just be immersed again. I miss it so much. It's been like 2 months since I saw a movie there. Yeah. And the second part of the question, do you think the streaming industry will eventually take over? No, I don't think so. It will have a strong hold on the audience, but I don't think it will take over. I think if if there's a filmmaker that would keep the theater industry alive, I don't think it would go out anytime soon, because like as of right now, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, these two directors are some of the filmmaker that is still trying to keep the theater industry alive. They would constantly get new printings of old movies and all of that. They're keeping the industry alive. So I think streaming is going to be a massive hit in the future, but theater will still be a thing, in
Yeah,
my
I think
personal opinion at least.
yeah, because this question keep being brought up because we're in the in a time space where no, the theaters are not available, so people are just
Yeah,
like, wow, we just
I think
we didn't
I
need
think
it.
the
But the thing is, theaters are a luxury, and we are in a time where we are in a overabundance of just media, just non-stop of like, here's some movies that you just watch anytime, anywhere. HBO. uh, it is like it's an experience, man. And right now, people are well. Right now, people are gonna watch it, but there's like a time where you just there's it's gonna be a time where movie are just gonna suck off, just really suck hard, and then we just for like 4 months, just no good movies will be in the theaters. I guarantee that will happen sometime,
yeah.
and that's why people are not going to see it because big mistakes like that from the studio. And the thing is, it's people. pe- This discussion will always be asked because quality quality cinema is not being produced and just being shown in the cinemas a lot more than it used to be. Well, right now with the Parasite and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's starting to resurgence again. But damn, the Corona just picked a real bad timing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
There
yeah,
you
I
kind of
think
you kind of
it's
spit facts there. You preaching. You
yeah,
preaching.
it's a fucking luxury to have cinemas, man. It really
Yeah.
is, and people will watch movies, just movies, just like the platform or anything like that, just to consume in like 1 hour and a half or something like that. Just like, okay, I'll watch the movie. But if you're going on a date, you're gonna watch a movie. If you're going out with your family, you're gonna watch it in the theaters.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
but 100 years from now, maybe. But
can you
as long as
imagine,
I'm
like,
alive, no.
when we watch Avengers Endgame? Can you imagine that experience compared to watching it on your phone? Can
I
you
wouldn't dare,
imagine?
man.
Like,
Even though I watch
that's
a lot of movies on my phone, I wouldn't
yeah.
dare watch
It's
an
very
Endgame on my
like
phone.
the biggest difference, the biggest takeaway from this is that the streaming industry is very useful for people, like, for example, at these hard times during the virus, is
Yeah.
very useful for streaming and
Netflix
for people
dropping
to make
trailers
money.
non-stop.
And but the theater industry, there's something about the communal experience that can't be beat. And yeah, those two industry will stay
Com-
alive as long as there are people that are looking over on both sides. And yeah, I think that's my entire answer. I think we both did
some
our fair
yeah,
share of answering.
some just someone has to step up and be really smart and just shake it up in the cinema industry. I hope
Very
so.
nice. Very nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great question and great answer. Second question is from a boy Hunter. Uh, Once upon a time in Hollywood. Do you agree, Hunter? Do you agree, Hans?
Oh, that's his question. Just once upon a time in Hollywood? Question mark. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Once
Once
upon a
upon a
time in
time
Hollywood.
is in
Do you
Hollywood.
agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Fuck yeah! What
You
a
go.
what a great movie. I remember watching that. Such a insane experience.
Once upon a
We
time in
watch
Hollywood. Oh.
we watch it on the same. We watch
Yeah.
Parasite on the same day. It's one of the
Yeah.
one. It's probably the best double feature ever.
Kino.
Next question. Uh, who is the actor you would love to work with the most? There's a lot in my mind right now. I'll go with you first, Hans. What's your answer?
Um. I don't know, Jake Gyllenhaal, Nicolas Cage. I don't know. Just
Nicholas.
see what
I
world
think
is. I
I
think
you
Nicholas.
know what
If I'm
you know what
making a
Hans
really, what?
you know what Hans I think Nicolas Cage would be such a great addition if you make a movie. I think he would be absolutely on board with
Yeah.
anything you make.
If you make
He's
something really fun, then Nicolas Cage is the right choice for anything.
you remember that scene from Color Out of Space? Slam dunk. That's so fucking funny.
Well,
He said where he
uh,
throw the ball or something.
I remember the scene where he told the kids to shut the fuck up or just go back home. Just man, he's really he's actually playing a weirdo in that movie, man.
I
He's not
think
playing
every
himself,
I think every movie he's in, even the bad ones, he's a highlight in everything he's in.
man.
Yeah, I think my real answer, I think yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is definitely an actor I would love to work with, but would be extremely intimidated with because he's a legend, and I think if I was a first time director and he gets to be in my movie, I would be extremely nervous. I would probably die. And uh and of course I think this is an obvious answer. Emma Stone, come on, she's my favorite actress, and I would be honored to give her a role in a movie. Yeah.
You know what? Just can you imagine just making a movie with Shia LaBeouf, Christian Bale, and Tom Hardy? Would you handle that as a director? Can you handle that? Shia
Shia
LaBeouf,
LaBeouf,
Shia LaBeouf,
Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy, and Christian Bale. Can you handle that? I can. I think
I
three of
think
them in a trio.
I think if that movie happens and I get to direct it, I think I think I would be that would probably be my final movie. I think that's just
No matter
oh yeah
what happens, someone's gonna
oh my
die.
god, you mentioned Christian Bale. Holy shit! Like I'm not even joking. Christian Bale has been my favorite actor for so long, ever since I was little, and I know we all joke about him like being angry on set, but he's genuinely an amazing actor, and if you work with him properly, he would be a great companion. Seriously, because he's a good actor. I mean, he's been acting his entire life. I think it would be a huge honor if I get him in a movie, but it would be extremely
Difficult.
nerve wracking. Hey Hans,
Yeah.
you know Christian Bale is gonna be in the MCU, right?
Yeah. Thor. Thor, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a villain. I'm very excited for that.
He's gonna be
If
anger actor number two.
if Christian Bale accepts a role, it's going to be interesting. Whether the movie is going to be good or bad, it's going to be an interesting role. Yeah, Christian Bale and Emma Stone and Shia LaBeouf probably. Okay, next question. Why is Westworld season one the best piece of television ever made? Because Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, those two talented, talented storytellers. Yeah, I watched Westworld in the entirety of March of this year, and season one is probably like one of my favorite piece of fiction storytelling ever. Is a masterpiece. Every characters and every bit of writing in that season is perfect. Season two is good as well. I haven't finished season three yet, but so far I'm not as invested as the first two seasons. But it's I think the last episode I saw was episode five. Season three has been okay. I like Aaron Paul.
Oh yeah. I'm more of the leftovers guys, but I watched this season one of Westworld and damn, it's yeah they're pushing it with the nudity.
Oh yeah. Next question. If you could change one thing about Endgame, what would it be? I think both of us can agree that Endgame is such a insane blockbuster that is emotionally impactful, and I think watching it for the first time, we watched it three times at the cinema, and it's a very
Yeah,
personal
fuck you,
movie.
Scorsese.
It's a very personal movie for us, and yeah, I mean generally it's such a full of emotion, and if I could change one thing, is probably this is a personal opinion. Okay, I'm not. This is not going to make the movie better or anything. But if I had to change one little thing, it's probably the ending, I would have loved to see like once Tony died in like the funeral and all that. I would have loved to see like a small little like 5 minutes epilogue of seeing all of the heroes doing whatever they do. Maybe see Spider-Man in New York and the Avengers moving on, and just it would show what the future of the universe has in store for us. But that would be a great ending. But the thing is, the actual ending of the movie is so fitting because in terms of the director, because it ended with Captain America, which is extremely poetic, because they started with Captain America.
Yeah, the kiss. Wow.
Yeah, it's such a the highest grossing movie of all time ends with two people that are in love with each other, found each other
And
again, and dance. Just simple but brilliant. But
yeah,
yeah, I think personally that would one thing I would love to see, but I don't think I would change it. But yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I
Do you have
think
anything?
well, Thanos in the second act. The old new Thanos. Yeah,
The old 2014 Thanos.
yeah. I think I don't know how they were able to fix it, but just it was just it's gonna be
He's
boring if no matter what, because the new Thanos,
because
2018
I
Thanos, was just too
I
damn
I
interesting.
I think that's one of the most interesting thing for me is that uh, in Infinity War, Thanos is such an important figure of that movie. That movie is basically his movie, and what's so interesting about him is because he has learned so much since the first Avengers movie because he's been spying on everyone basically, and then in Endgame in 2014 Thanos, this is the Thanos people know from the comics, a cheesy, one-dimensional,
Yeah,
arrogant supervillain. And yeah, I would have loved to change that character, but something about that stupidity of that character and the arrogance of that character that I can't help myself but to hate and love him.
yeah,
Like the line he said in the movie, the arrogant never notice or whatever. That's basically his whole art in that movie. He's just an arrogant piece of shit.
and
And yeah,
also another thing is I've been watching a lot of visual effect artists uh react to CGI and stuff,
oh, is
and
it the corridor digital?
Courage Digital, yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
such
all
a
the same.
we've been
Uh,
watching it since we were 7. That channel when they were doing videos with Freddie
yeah.
Wang.
And one thing I would change is the backdrop of the fight scene. Just the
Oh,
battlefield. Just
the
make it more
final
interesting.
the
Same with
final battle,
yeah,
the final battle. You mean?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I agree on that. Even though I
yeah.
absolutely adore the final, I would have preferred some more vibrant.
But the first time I
Uh,
was watching it, I didn't even think about it, man. Seriously,
because we were
Jesus.
so invested in the characters, we just
If you
cared
showed
about.
that movie to Charlie Chaplin, he would kill himself.
I can do this anymore. He just fucking died. Yeah. What a movie! What a movie. Next question. What are your most anticipated games? Um, we don't play games really. I mean, you don't have any console, and I only play games on my laptop, and I don't have any console either. So we're not much of a gamer ourselves. I play a lot of games on my laptop, but they're all old games. Do you have
Yeah.
any video games that you're looking forward to?
Ah, no. Just no. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a. I don't play any new games, but of course I have a lot of friends that are very much into the game industry. So Cyberpunk looks pretty interesting. Cyberpunk is probably going to be game of the year material. Have you heard any news about that game? Keanu Reeves in it.
Yeah, it's really goddamn interesting. I think.
Yeah, it's basically just you can do whatever the hell you want in the game, and I think that's what people want these days. You just want a good old escapism. Yeah. Next question. Why is Ready Player One the best book ever written? Because Steven Spielberg adapted it. Okay. Next question. Favorite TV show of 2020 and 2019? I watch a lot of TV shows lately, but I'm gonna go ahead and give the mic to you, Hans. What do you have to
I
say?
haven't really watched any shows in the last 2 years, but I've been watching the new Netflix special, Middle and Swords. That was really hilarious, man. I laughed nonstop. I don't know if that counts as a
Nice.
show or not, but it's an
Yeah.
improv show, and I've seen it like recorded
I think I
on the stage.
it's very interesting that we changed our roles. Where back then I didn't get the chance to watch any TV shows really, and you watch a lot of TV shows, and now I watch a lot of TV shows, and you never had the time, or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally for me, favorite TV show of 2019, I have to go with
Oh, Barry! Oh, I forgot about Barry.
oh I have
Oh
two
shit!
answers for 2019.
All right.
Barry, both of these goddamn shows are produced by HBO, the goddamn legends themselves. Barry and Watchmen. These two are absolutely amazing. Barry is a you watched Barry first. I remember you
Yeah,
were
man,
absolutely
Barry
loving.
was. Oh my god. Yeah, Ronnie and Lily. I
Yeah, I remember
I
you.
know nothing about them when coming into the episode, no news or nothing. And when the credits roll, it was like a plot twist when I found out that Bill Hader directed it. It was so
Yeah.
good. I was like so proud of him. Man,
Yeah,
he's
I binge watched that show around, I think, around March of 2019, and I watched it like in 2 days probably, because every episode is very very short, and it's just a amazingly paced, amazingly written, and Bill Hader is such an amazing director.
I can't
Surprisingly
wait for
enough,
season 3, man.
like a lot of general audience think Bill Hader is just a that guy from Saturday Night Live, but he's generally a really great filmmaker. Who would have thought? Yeah, and HBO Watchmen. Watchmen is a limited series, uh, basically like a sequel to the original book, and it's hard to explain why I love this show so much. You gotta watch it, man. It's pretty much a love letter to the original book, and it's nothing like the Zack Snyder movie. It's very very political, just like the original book.
I once stole, not stole, but you know how you can change the price tag of a thing? I once
Oh God,
changed the price tag
you
of a
you told this story so
Watchmen
many goddamn times.
Watchmen comic book audio commentary on not audio, audio book of the Watchmen comic from $40 to $15 ringgit. I'm sorry, and I didn't even finish it because it was weird.
Yeah, you told this story so many goddamn times, and I laugh every time. Yeah, Barry and Watchmen, two amazing shows produced by HBO. Final question: if you could only choose one, would you choose Morbius or Snyder Cut? Yeah, this question was asked around April of 2020, and by the time we record this, which is May 22nd of 2020, Zack Snyder officially announced that Snyder Cut is an actual thing. It's not finished, but they will finish it soon, and it's going to happen. It's going to be released next year. And when I remember I woke up a couple of days ago when it was announced, my phone blew up. It's insane, and yeah, it's happening. Hans, the Snyder Cut.
Mm. But I feel honestly pretty neutral about it, but it's interesting,
I'm
man.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
interesting. I wouldn't say neutral. I'm very interested to see it, but at the same time, I don't want to give
hype, too much hype,
the
man. Yeah, it's got
the I don't want to give the toxic, like, no offense if anyone's watching this who are a huge supporter of Zack Snyder. Personally, for me, I think he's a extremely nice guy. His movies are very much his product, and he's a real, he has his own vision. Whether you like the movies or not, he has his own ideas, and I'm personally not a big fan of what he did in Batman vs Superman and all that, but I adore Man of Steel. I think he's a good visual filmmaker, and I'm very happy for him personally, because what happened to his family during the production of Justice League, and he had to leave during the post production and all of that, and I'm happy for him for finally finishing his own vision, and basically saying fuck you to these corporate scumbags. And Justice League was pretty much it's a clear evidence of what studio interference is, and that is very
bad
very
timing, man.
just I'm glad, I'm happy for him, but at the same time I don't want to give satisfaction to all of those toxic fan base that keeps on spamming, harassing pretty much everyone just for this movie. And I get people, if you're passionate about something, and I've been passionate about a lot of things, but it's not to a certain point that I would harass pretty much everyone on the internet with the hashtag. And pretty much I remember seeing some tweets of some people that I know, and that person reply with the snyder cut, and basically to go fucking kill themselves if they don't want the cut. And I was like,
Jeez.
relax, it's just a movie, it's a superhero movie produced by a big corporate company. No matter how many times you spam it, it's not going to work. They won't listen. They have their own higher people and all of that. This happened not because of the fans that are spamming all over town. It's because of the director, and it's basically a PR stunt because they want to promote HBO Max. That's about it. That's the
Oh,
truth. People won't accept
yeah, I
it, but
didn't.
that is the
Wow, I
absolute
didn't
truth.
actually
They
think
want
about
to
that.
promote their streaming service. That's about it.
But I really hope
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
is
be
all.
good, man. 4 hours, goddamn, that's long. Okay,
All right.
Snyder cut or Morbius? Morbius cut. All right.
Okay, so yeah, I can't wait for Snyder's version of the film, and I hope it's going to be a nice closure to this universe because I obviously think Warner Bros is gonna move on with the universe. I think Shazam has been doing good. It's gonna be a Wonder Woman movie sequel. Uh, Robert Pattinson as the Batman, and yeah, DC is doing good, and I think we should give Snyder his closure and move on, and that would be the thing of the past, you know?
Yes, sorry.
So yeah, that is all. Snyder cut. It is going to be released. Hooray. So yeah, um as we wrap up the episode, obviously the recommendations. You don't have any recommendations for the week, right?
Ah, no.
Well, I do. Ha ha ha. I have everything. Haha.
You fucking greedy bastard. You fuckface. You fucking. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing is I'm recommending is movies. The movie I'm recommending, Hans, can you guess what movie I'm recommending?
Morbius?
God damn it. The movie I'm recommending is none other than The Graduate, starring Dustin Hoffman. It is a classic.
I
Uh,
find it kinda funny. I find it kinda sad.
uh, is a classic. I already said that. It's a coming of age movie about a 20-something-year-old college graduate who is struggling in his life, and he doesn't know where he's headed in his life. And it is, I think, it's hard to explain why I love this movie so much, but it's just everything works. Every execution in the movie is very, very well done. You've seen it. What do you think about it?
I think it's really, really scarily relatable. I never slept with a MILF, but I know the feeling of just feeling lost.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that, especially in our age.
We all can will sleep with a MILF.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it started out as a very stressful, heartbreaking, like just such a stressful movie, and then it turned into something very sweet, and I was thoroughly surprised by it. And go check it out. It's a masterpiece. And then I have a TV show to recommend. Hans, since we talk about my favorite movie in the episode, which is Whiplash, it is fair that I recommend my favorite TV show. Do you know what it is?
Morbius, a TV show.
My favorite TV show of all time is Freaks and Geeks, baby. Freaks and Geeks
Baby.
is a classic. It ran from 1999 to the 2000, and it is a cult classic, and it forever.
Elena
Be
Cadalene. Oh god.
yeah, it will
This movie.
forever be in my heart. It has a special place in my heart, and the cast is amazing. And in one of the most beautiful thing about this is that the show basically was a gateway to all of the actors in their career. Seth Rogen was 18 during the filming. James Franco was like 20. He wa-
Yeah. The
he wasn't
show
even in
is
the
a real right place, right time kind of thing, man.
yeah.
Can't be
Uh,
replicated.
Career wise, the actors became successful after that, and in terms of writing standpoint, it's such a human story, and it inspired a lot of movies and TV show with all of their coming of age tropes and all of that. And the stars also move on to projects that would eventually inspired by the actual show, like Martin Starr, who stars in Fruits and Gates, went on to be a character in Spider-Man: Homecoming, which is very much inspired a lot by coming of age tropes. And then Sam Weir, the main actor in Freaks and Geeks, the little boy, he's a writer for Spider-Man: Homecoming. So yeah, I think that's probably like one of the little reason why I absolutely love Spider-Man: Homecoming so much, because it reminded me a lot of this show. It has the similar heart. So yeah, Fruits and Geeks, a masterpiece. Do you have anything more to say?
First, um, I'm having a migraine right now, so no, sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, in case you guys don't know, Hans is having a tough time with migraine the entire day. So yeah,
Boo-hoo.
clap it up for him for recording this episode. We've been talking for
Clap
over an
out for my
hour, so props
pain.
to him. So yeah, I have a video game to recommend. My recommendation for video game is Super Hot.
Yeah, man, it's such an interesting premise. That uh, game. Yeah, I just watched some people the gameplay of it, and man, it's fucking interesting. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I recently got it on my laptop, and it's a giveaway. I remember someone on Twitter asked like, during this quarantine, I'm giving away some games. Do any of you want it? I was like, can I have Super Hot? And she just gave me Super Hot. I don't even know him.
Damn.
I got it for free. Yeah, I've been playing it a lot. A couple of days since I finished my work and all of that. Uh, and I spent probably like 9 hours playing it. It's the gameplay itself is very fun, but it also has a very interesting story. And yeah, I can't wait for for you to play it when we meet. Very
You
very
boy.
good game. Yeah, boy. Yeah, baby. Okay, so the next recommendation is a song or an artist. I don't have any specific song to recommend. More of an artist. My the artist that I want to recommend is Dodie. Do you know who Dodie is?
Who?
Dodie, Dodie. She's a singer. She has a YouTube
D.
channel. She
Dodie.
ha- Dodie. She
Oh.
she is a singer. She uploads a lot of video of her covering songs. She covered La La Land and all of that, and she has made a lot of songs that I listen to daily, and some of which are She, Monsters, Would You Be So Kind. I think she's a talented artist, and I highly recommend everyone to listen to her. She's a yeah, I listen to her quite often nowadays.
Cool, man. Hope to see that. Does she play ukulele?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely gonna watch it.
And finally, my recommendation for creator, a content creator that I like. Uh, my recommendation for it is pretty much it. Is a YouTube channel. Uh, it's
Oh yeah,
it's a
they like
uh
do audio commentary, right?
yeah. They make audio commentaries, but funny thing is, this channel started way back in 2010. Uh, they
Wow.
used to make movie news videos and covering topics, and they used to make podcasts and all that. Mainly the guy Eric Striffler. He I've been watching him since 2010. Actually, I remember watching when he had like
Damn.
20,000 subscribers, and he he never had any huge audience for years, for almost 10 years. And I'm very very grateful that he has an audience with this new format that he's doing, because he's generally a funny guy, and he used to make a lot of entertaining movie reviews. And uh yeah, pretty much it. Very very good channel about films and
Hey
TV
man,
shows.
just a heads up. You sound like a robot to me right now.
Oh god damn it. But yeah, that is all. I'm done. That is all my recommendation.
Alright. Episode 3, we're done. Wow.
And we're
That's a
done with
lot.
the entire episode. I
It's
think
getting
this is
longer
longer
actually.
than,
The episode
yeah,
this time it's 1 minute 15.
probably because we talk about Damien Chazelle for like an hour, and then we talk about the Snyder cut, and then the Q&A took a while, and yeah, uh, that is all. Thank you everyone for listening. If you're watching it on YouTube, thank you for doing that, and
I can't wait to do this podcast face to face next time, man, cuz
yeah,
damn,
we got,
this is
because we've been having a lot of technical difficulties, and it's 6:30 p.m. right now, and we've been recording this essentially for over like 4 hours probably. And yeah, the connection keeps messing up, and I can't hear him, he can't hear me. So yeah, I can't wait to do this face to face. And thank you everyone for uh listening. And you know what, I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to do this, because I don't really care about how many audience I get or anything. I just want to document this, I just want to document this, because we can listen to our old opinions and what we're going through at that time. I think it's a good idea,
yeah,
because podcast is limitless. We can do whatever you want with podcast.
time capsule.
Yeah, time capsule. So yeah, follow me on Twitter at supershah10. Follow the Embrace Films Twitter at Embrace Stories. You can go ahead follow Hans. This is person, his letterbox name. I'll all the links are in the description and the comment section, and all of the time codes are there as well. I forgot to say all of this in the second episode. So yeah, all of the links are there. Very convenient. So yeah, thank you. Next episode we will be talking some interesting stuff again. Like let me give an example. Maybe let me find Lego, or probably, I don't know.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Lego really? What the
You
fuck?
know what? We would probably be talking about. Let me find something more interesting.
Jam.
Uh, Christopher Nolan,
Yeah, sure, why not?
probably. I don't know. The Tenet trailer just came out. Have you seen it?
Yeah, Tenet's a trailer that came out in fucking Fortnite.
Yeah. What a world we live in. What a society we live in. Yeah. Thank you. Say goodbye, Hans.
Goodbye, me.
And that's pretty much it. Haha, get it? Because okay, bye bye.
Bada bing, bada boom.
3, 2, 1, and cut.